Namaskar, hello and a very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's live phone and interactive program. I'm Tanvi Khurana and this is our special virtual lab series, and under the Diksha platform we have this virtual lab and we do certain simulations, we demonstrate these simulations, and you can understand these examples, you can do these examples simulations at your own home, and all you need is some internet and some time of yours. That's it. This is easy. And how do we need to proceed towards it? Why are virtual labs important? There are a lot of questions associated with it. If you also have some questions, if you want certain answers, please reach out to us. Either you can give us a call on our number, which is 8800440559, or you can email us. The email ID is diksha.training@ciet.nic.in. Apart from this, you're watching us on PM eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12, and also on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT official. In the live chat box, you can raise your questions, your queries, and share them with us. Let me tell you, this is a science experiment which we are going to show you for all the students studying in grade 6. And today's topic is demonstration of simulation on comparison of monocot and dicot seeds. So if you are a science student and you like doing certain experiments, then be a part of this program and enjoy this simulation. Let me please introduce you to the sign language interpreter that we have for this program. We have with us Ashish. Ashish, a very warm welcome to you. You can see Ashish on your screens and he'll be interpreting each and every word that we are going to discuss in this program into sign language, so that all of you are going to be benefited by this program. Now let me please introduce you to our guest for today. We have with us Dr. Ruchi Dwivedi. Ma'am, a very warm welcome. Ma'am is an assistant professor from CIET NCERT New Delhi itself. Let's begin with this conversation, and because this is a virtual lab series, ma'am, we would like to understand more about virtual labs before proceeding towards the simulation. So would you like to tell us that why do we need virtual labs at all, and how are they different from the physical labs?
Okay, thank you so much Tanviji to give me this opportunity to tell basically that why we need to go for the virtual lab when we are already having a physical labs, and you can say the concept of physical lab in our school education. Basically many times it used to happen that we used to do the experiments, we used to do the practicals, but there are so many obstacles which used to come, specifically when we talk about the Indian classroom. We could have a strength issue, we could have issue of the materials. For example, we might be not in a position to provide all the materials which could lead more understanding about the experiment. Many times one more point which is very commonly been observed while doing the experiment, even when the teacher is doing it in a very best way, all the students will not get an opportunity to work with it. And as we have taken the class 6th is not very much efficient enough to do all set of activities, for example dissection with the usage of the dissecting tool, even with working with the soil, even working in the pond area. So there are so many challenges are there whenever we are working with the physical lab, and for that it could be possible, we can say that virtual lab could be an answer where the curiosity of a student is going to remain same, but the other things like physical obstacles, or either material problems or requirement problems, or either a fear, even the psychologically, I want to talk one thing. Many times it's commonly been observed, if the experiment is fail at the first time, child might get an idea that he or she is not meant for doing the experiments. But virtual lab can give that scope also, and that's why it is important to understand that how the virtual lab is actually been working.
Okay, so this is going to be a motivating kind of a factor for all the students. So shall we talk about this particular simulation that we have today, and What kind of an experiment is it? Would you like to explain?
Yes. So as we have already been discussed that today we are working with the science topic of class 6, and even the name of the textbook is also Curiosity, and in that we are been going to work on the comparison of the monocot and dicot seeds. One important feature is about a virtual lab is that we had already discussed too many features, but one more important feature is that even in the, and specifically in the case or with the subject of the biology, it could be possible that there are so many things which we are not in a position to observe from the visible eye, or we can say naked eye. In that case also a virtual lab could be a great advantage, because even with the smallest particle can also be dissected very well, might be not in the physical manner but in the virtual manner, and in such a way that whatsoever the other real life examples are there, that also can be taken care of.
So shall we proceed towards the experiment? And because you told us that there's a book called Curiosity, would you like to show us that if we can connect the Diksha app with the book, how can we do that?
Exactly. So whenever we are going to talk about any set of e-resources, either it could be video form, it could be audio form, or it could be any other set of video e-resources, it's very important for us to also understand how we can able to reach over there, because until and unless the medium of reaching over there is not, I should say, comfortable, more than comfortable, feasible, as good as resource we can able to prepare, but it might be not in a position to reach to the target audience.
True.
So I think we need to be start with the textbook, that is a physical book, and then we will proceed for the digital platform. Well, this is the book which we can able to observe, that is a science textbook, Curiosity, class 6 textbook, and in that if we can able to observe, in each and every chapter we are having a QR code. In that QR code, if we can able to observe, for each and every chapter, this QR code is basically having the information pertaining to that particular chapter only, and we can able to work on Diksha with the help of two set of activities. One, it could be in the form of the mobile phone, and another one it could be in the form of the desktop. So I think we can start with the Diksha app, which can be very well feasibly can be taken care by or can be operated by with the mobile phone also.
Would you like to show us that how easy it is for everyone to scan this QR code map?
Yes, and that's what I just want, because we need to go with the security things also and other things also. If you can able to observe here, this is the platform. As I am already logged into the Diksha platform, not only for one thing, for so many courses, for the teachers, for the students, I am already logged in into it. You can also log in for the first time with the help of the Google ID, or with the help of the phone number and the password, or even with the other systems also. It could be having your Apple ID. All these details is also been available on our social media platform also, that how we can able to reach to the Diksha courses. Once we had opened the Diksha, once we had started using the Diksha, then we don't used to have again and again login, and directly just clicking one application we can able to reach over here. Now here we can able to observe the application is already been there, where we can able to click on the link, and once we are going to be over here, or with the help of the QR scanner which is already been there with the Diksha platform, we just need to provide an access for the camera. We can able to reach to the particular chapter, and that what I suppose you can able to identify, or you can able to see on my screen also. The same chapter can be observed over here. Second most important thing, over here there are different set of content which are present, like textbook, e-content, text content, video content, audio content, practice set, teacher resources, and virtual lab content also. So this could be considered as one of the most feasible way by which, with the help of Diksha, we are in a position to reach to our textbook specifically to that particular chapter. And as we are going to work on different things, either we want to work for the teacher resource, and as today we are working for the virtual lab content, we can able to observe over here the different content which is given. And today's topic was about, is about the comparison of monocot and dicot. That also you can observe over here. But as we said, as we had talked earlier, because it used to have so many activity which is can be considered as a synchronous activity, it would be feasible if you will do the work with the desktop or with the laptop system.
So shall we show our viewers that how one can operate the Diksha platform with the help of the desktop?
Yes. So for the operating from the system, if you can able to observe, the first start is needed to be done from any search engine, whether you are using the Google Chrome, Firefox or any other search engine. You just need to type Diksha over there. One thing I always used to say, whensoever you are using the technology, you have to have a patience, because every time technology is not going to work the way we want to work. Over here we have the internet facility. Over here Diksha platform is too huge in terms of having a data, in terms of having a resources. So if any such thing will also happen, the first thing is that we have to have a patience. Once we are going to have a patience, we are in a position to reach the place where we want to reach. Now over here also my condition is going to remain the same, because I am using this platform for so many things, like getting information about my textbook, getting information about various courses, getting information about various set of activities. That's why I'm already logged in. So if you are going to work for the first time, you have to log in, you have to fill your profile, and once it is get filled, again and again you need not to log in with the help of the mail ID or with the password. Now this is the first home page which is going to come over here, and in this you have to click on the textbook, because we are focusing on the class 6th textbook. Once we will reach over here, you can able to identify we have more around 270 textbooks over here, because it is not only of the one board, it could be of the different other boards. Now you have to come to the left area, and you can see over here we need to select our class, we need to select our subject, and then if you are going to observe over here, we are in a position to directly come to the page of our chapter 1. Now we have to proceed for our chapter 2, because today we are giving a simulation on the topic which covers under the chapter 2, and what we had observed in our platform, in our mobile, now we can see over here same thing could be observed here also. You can able to observe over here. We have e-textbook, we have text content, video content, audio content, teacher resources and virtual lab content. Before proceeding further, one more thing I want to talk about it, or I just want to talk with reference to this particular Diksha courses or this particular Diksha application or the virtual lab content specifically. We are in a state of developing it, we are in a state of modifying it, we are in a state of making the changes as much as it is required for our target audience. So it used to be go in a developmental phases also, it used to be go in the state also where you might be getting answer little bit late. It might be also possible that, as we had already been observed, that as it is a server oriented, we need to have a patience to start our work. Now coming towards our virtual content, before that we have to click our chapter 2. We can proceed with the first part, that is a textbook part, where you can able to observe the chapter. Coming towards the virtual lab content, the topic what we are going to cover today is a comparison of the monocot and dicot seeds, and the topic itself actually requires a virtual lab content context, just because of one of the basic reason what we had already been discussed, dissection. If you can able to observe any seed, if you will take, it is not going to have a very big size. So the one of the important feature is that with the help of this virtual lab content, with the help of this virtual lab simulation, we are in a position that we can able to work on it as much as time we can. But of course, before doing any experiment, it's very important to understand its theory, and that facilitation is also been given over here. You can able to observe on your screen the objective of this particular activity, as Tanvi ma'am was asking at the starting phase also, that why the seeds are being there, why this topic is important, what could be the comparison. This is the first question we used to get whensoever we get any topic. So the answer is going to start with the theory part only, that you can see the objective of it, you can see the monocot seeds, a brief idea, so that a student or a learner who is going to be work with the simulation, they will be in a position to understand that what is the basic difference, what could be actually making it special enough that we can have a comparative account for it. You can see over here even the applications also, examples also. Then the second part is given as a procedure, because whensoever we used to do the physical experiment, the first feature we used to observe what the material required. And one of the striking feature of this particular virtual lab simulation is that we are going to get the material required over here as in relation with the virtual lab. So over here in relation with the physical lab, as well as if you want to do this simulation smoothly, seamlessly, what the different things you must be aware of, all those informations are provided over here. Third one is about a simulation, and you can see we are in a position to reach to our simulation. But if you want to get it done in a very clear manner and a scientific manner, you have to go for the full screen. You need to wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, it is an application based, so of course once you enjoy your content, please give a rating also to it. Well, we will proceed it little bit later. Now you can see the activity. These are the learning objective which you can able to see on your screen, the learning outcomes, and when I am going to start it, I will be in a position to observe the 4 major areas where as a learner I can able to work on. The first one, to explore the content. The second one, to observe that why the comparative account word or comparison has been given. That's why we are having the types of seeds. Third one, how we can able to classify the real life examples under these 2 variables. And finally, one more comparison. So if I can show you over here, if you are going to click on the explore detail, you can able to see the example over here. Even if you want to get a detail of the labels, that is also available here, because in science the common quote is that without a label, diagram is not having its you can say scientific attitude, or you can say the scientific aspect. Going back over here, Dicot seed, because we have a comparison over here, again the same features you can able to identify, but the characters are given for the Dicot seeds. And one of the best feature of this set of simulation will be there, whensoever we are doing a comparative account, it's a very well known feature that we should have both the comparative variable in front of us, and that what you can able to observe here. With just one look, you can able to observe how the 2 variables can be presented in the same platform, in the same area, in the same platter, or in the front of your eyes. Next, you can able to observe types of seeds, because only getting knowledge might be not that much beneficial, but you could have a different set of activities also. For example, these are real life examples, but if you want to click and know more about it, you can see the same concept is given with this example, with the labeling given in this particular example. Again, you can cancel it, you can use another example. So with this also, it's not only giving an information on the basis of the 2 variables, it is also giving an information on the basis of the examples of those variables. Next, it is going to come for the activity, which now after learning the 2 major points about types of seeds as well as how they are different and what could be the different set of examples, now the activity could be like this, that we need to drag it and we need to keep it once the learning is over. I am doing it just to make you understand how you can do it, but once you are going to start working on it, please complete your further learning, then only proceed for it. So in this manner, we just need to drag it on the basis of the characters which we are knowing. We can submit it and instantly we can able to get an answer. And this is also one of the striking feature, or you can say one of the key feature of the virtual lab, that is a formative assessment. We used to talk about assessment, we used to talk about evaluation. So here you can able to observe within the understanding of the topic, within doing the assessment, within a second we are going to get an answer. If you want to start it again you need to get it started. And again, if you want, you can submit it and you can able to observe whether your answer is right or wrong. And if it is wrong, and how it has been wrong, again you can proceed back and you can do your learning. And these are the attempts also is given over here, because until and unless the assessment is not been given with the statistical data or with the statistical understanding of the growth, it cannot be considered as a complete assessment part. Coming towards the next, again you have one more activity over here, and again over here, for example, number of cotyledons. So how many cotyledon will be there in the monocot? It is going to be 1. But randomly, if I will put the point thinking that it could be right, instantly we can able to get an answer, no, it is not right. But no need to have a thought process, or no need to have a failure issue. Again we can start working and we can able to get that which one is the right answer. So this feature is also making the virtual lab comparatively more feasible as compared to physical lab, because in physical lab, once the material is been utilized, once the session is get over, if you want to start the session again, you have to start with the 0. So that feature is also very important. Plus you can able to observe your learning is keep on going. It's not like that your learning is not been working over here. And once it is will get over, once your task is get over, or either you are having any other task to get completed, you just need to minimize it. Again it will come back to the same pace, and again you can start from the 0 if you want. Otherwise you can start with the next phase also, that is a self-evaluation part. Self-evaluation, if you can able to observe over here, again the point is coming over here as a rating. So please, once you complete your task, a humble request to rate this program also. Now in the self-evaluation portion, if you can able to observe, once you had completed your theory, once you had completed your simulation, you will be in a position to observe over here that the questions are going to come here. It will take time, it could take time, please have a patience. And once I told you have a patience, the questions are in front of us. But to perform it in a best manner, because we need to take care about the screen timing also. So in that case also we have to be very careful that we used to do it on the big screen as much as possible. And now you can see the questions are over here. And these questions are only on the basis of the simulation what you had performed and on the basis of the theory portion what you had already read. For example, if I click any question over here, instantly I can proceed for the next question. And if I will keep on working on this, but not like this the way I am doing over here for making you understand about the virtual lab, but you have to work with understanding of the comparison of the monocot and dicot seed. And once you had been completed all your questions, even at the end, you will be in a position to get something special, that is even the timing, even the number of questions where you had written the right, and even which is the right answer also. So getting it done in the real classroom situation might be not that much feasible. It is feasible, but with the stipulated time, it might be more tedious task, and that what it can be done with the help of the virtual lab. Second thing, it is not only for the target audience of particular 6th class. Any class, whether you want to learn your previous class, whether you want to learn little bit more about any topic, whether the teacher want to learn how they can customize it, how they can make it available for their classroom, all those features can also be understood over here with the help of or with the usage of this particular set of activity, that is virtual lab. And with the help of such examples, we will be in a position to understand that how the virtual lab can be utilized in the classroom.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am. So there are so many examples available on the Diksha platform, and students of different grades who are students of different subjects, they can perform these simulations on the Diksha platform, and they can do these experiments on their own home in their own pace. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you to all the viewers. I really hope that you enjoyed this simulation. Ma'am demonstrated this entire simulation, and she also showed you the assessment part where there are 10 questions, and you can read the questions, you can reattempt the assessment anytime you want. There are no restrictions on the attempts. So all the very best. Please enjoy this virtual lab series and keep on watching. We'll be bringing you more such simulations presentations on different subjects for different grades every day. So with this, we have come towards the end of our program, but let me please thank our sign language interpreter as well. Thank you so much, Ashish, for being with us throughout the program. But do not go anywhere. We have a lot of programs lined up for all of you throughout the day, and here comes the glimpse of the schedule for this day. You can see that our next program is going to be our E Jadui Pitara series, which will be from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for classes 1 to classes 5, and there are a lot of programs lined up for the entire day. Do watch them as well for your queries, for your questions. You can always reach out to us. Thank you so much once again. Have a great day ahead. I am Tanvi Khurana, and now I'll take a leave of you. Namaskar.